Hello viewers, you're welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Tope Niyi Talabi. I would like to encourage you today again. Please like this channel, subscribe, and keep sharing it. We're looking at our second edition based on dealing with infidelity in marriage. Now this time around, if you are the offender, if you are the one that has actually committed this offense, now when you commit adultery as a child of God, you are expected to be remorseful. You're supposed to be sober and feel bad about what you are doing. Now, you should be willing to face the consequences of your actions and also prayerfully go back to God for forgiveness and to fight back for your own. So now what should you do? What are you going to do? Now, nobody says you should commit suicide. Now, the first thing you should do is you confess to God and plead for mercy with a repentant heart. 1 John 1 verse 9, the Bible says, if we confess our sin, He is faithful and just to forgive and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Now, the second thing you should do is confess to your partner and plead for their forgiveness. You need to know it for a fact that you can't force them to forgive you. You can only strive towards earning this forgiveness. You cannot force this forgiveness on them. James 5 verse 16, the Bible says, confess your fault one to another and pray for one another that he may be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man, the Bible says it availeth much. So let's all move on. The third point I have for you is be accountable to God and to your partner. If you have committed this crime, you need to be remorseful enough to be accountable to God and to your partner so as not to repeat such mistake. Example, whenever you are at the verge of making the same mistake, because you let your partner know about it, they could help you. They are going to try to prevent you from doing the same thing. At least they stay in gap for you. Now, fourth point is that you need to go for medical checkup. Now, after you went out, something might have happened. You don't want to bring that home to the faithful woman or to the faithful man. The fifth point I have for you is that you need to go for counseling with your partner. You need to seek help by counseling, through counseling. The sixth point I have for you is that you need to separate yourself from friends that will always mislead you. Friends that will always lure you into committing this kind of adultery. The seventh point I have for you is that fill your thoughts with the word of the Lord. Psalm 119 verse 11. That is where you have hiding the word of the Lord in your heart, so as not to sin against the Lord. Let's look at guarding your heart as well. In Proverbs 4:23, the Bible tells us that you should keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So the more you keep your heart, the safer you become. In conclusion, your marriage should be honorable and your bed ought not to be defiled. You lose your respect when you commit adultery. As a man, you lose your respect. As a woman, you lose your respect. Proverbs 6 verse 26, the Bible says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to us a piece of bread. And the adulteress will hunt for only precious life. For precious life. So you need to have the fear of God and flee from every appearances of evil. Don't negotiate with sin. Don't try to plead with sin. You just need to flee. Once you see this naked woman parading herself, you need to do what? Flee. Once you see this guy flaunting his resources or whatever he has as a lady that will make you to fall into this kind of sin, you need to do what? Flee and be content. God help. Thanks for watching.